What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to get your opinion in the comment section of what to do with this guy right here. Boom. This guy right here, his name is Connor Land. He's from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Shout out Virginia Beach. This guy has autism. And he's been doing some crazy stuff as far as women is concerned, as far as stalking them and doing some weird stuff. But I mean, this guy, who they say has autism, like we said, I'm gonna just show you what he did, the couple of things that he did. But this right here is behavior that is gonna wind up having this guy get killed. Now they saying he fall under a certain law where people, they don't really hold people accountable for a disability, but something got to be done. And I mean, I'm going to hear from you, the public. What do you think they should do with people like this that have special needs, but are doing some crazy stuff? Just take a look at this and we'll come back. I mean, this is something you got to see to believe.
A Virginia Beach man is in the spotlight again after being charged with stalking. Thank you for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Aisha Tolliver.
And I'm Regina Mobley. We last told you about Connor Land after his charges were dismissed last month under a new law protecting those on the autism spectrum.
But less than a month later, he's now facing new charges for allegedly stalking a woman. Tonight on your sides, Madison Pierman has the story.
Aisha, Regina, family says 21-year-old Connor Land was diagnosed with autism. Still, a handful of criminal charges now fall under his name after allegedly attempting to track women, even going as far as giving a 7-year-old girl who he denied any intention of harming a sticker with a hidden tracking device to find her mom. Last Wednesday, he followed a woman home from a store she was shopping at.
That woman, who asked not to be identified, was driving down 264 leaving Norfolk around 4 to run an errand when her routine was interrupted.
I'm always aware of my surroundings, so I saw him follow me down every aisle.
She brushed it off as an awkward interaction, but made sure she wasn't being followed and then drove home. That's when there was a knock at the door.
So I answered, and he said that he's been following me from Norfolk to the Dollar General, and then he approached me at my house. He said that he has Asperger's and that he admitted to being a creep. He wanted to know, if I was home alone, my age.
She didn't know Connor Land had a history of similar behavior. We last shared a story about Land, who admitted to giving a 7-year-old girl a sticker with a tracking device while working as a Wegmans cashier. Documents say Land told police that day he found the girl's mother attractive and wanted to send her a letter using the location provided by the tracker. In that same conversation, Land said to the police, quote, "I understand that this is threatening behavior to people." The charges were dismissed. Land's lawyer cited a 2020 statute allowing charges to be dismissed if the criminal conduct has a direct relationship to a person's disorder or disability. Less than a month later, though, Land was at this woman's front door asking questions. After getting the protective order, she started to do some digging and saw Land's previous arrest. During that arrest, Land said he didn't mean any harm, but knew his behavior was, quote, threatening and creepy. She's understanding of the autism spectrum, but says this experience has put her on edge in general, and she wants to remind other women to stay aware.
Make sure you're aware of your surroundings, keep your children close, and protect yourself, basically.
Now, Land was back in court this afternoon at 2. He's got a scheduled preliminary hearing happening on July 10th. I spoke with a family member on the phone this morning who reiterated that Land is on the spectrum and they have hired an attorney for him. Madison Pierman, 10 on your side.
Guys, you've seen it. What do you think how do you think they should deal with him? Me personally, he knew what he was doing was wrong. I'd lock his ass up, but I wouldn't put him in general population. I'd put him in some type of place where it's people with disabilities that can't hurt themselves or hurt others. Now, the guy was admitting to these women that he was drooling over, you know what I'm saying, that he had a Asperger's syndrome or autism. But I mean, that's no excuse, because what he was doing was calculated. Now, I don't know age level, his mindset is on the spectrum, because it's a certain spectrum they have when people have autism and stuff like that. I don't know what his mind level is, but evidently he can drive and do all that. So, I mean, he has whatever type of autism he has is functional. This guy put, the month before this just happened, he put a tracking device on a sticker that he gave a little girl so he could track the mom. He wasn't interested in the kid. He wanted to see where the mom lived so he could send her a letter. Then this time he tracked the girl from one town to another, knocked on her door and said, "You alone? You this? You that? Are you crazy?" But I mean, that's the thing. I wonder what his age level is, because this type of stuff is not normal. And what do you do with this type of person? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he has to be held accountable for what he did, but that's strange. Now, this is a man, 21-year-old man, regardless of his mind level, his level of his mind, but he's still a man. And that's the thing. You can't stop nature. He done went through puberty. He's a man. Regardless of his age, he still has natural urges like everybody else. Hell, he get horny and stuff just like somebody else. Now, his family talking about they want to give him help and all of this type of stuff and get him a lawyer, but Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a strange case. I really want to hear from y'all in the comment section, because what do you do with a person like this? What he did was wrong. You know, if he was in his right mind, people would be like, "Yo, show him the flowers." What do you do in this case? Guy was like, "Yeah, I'm a creep." So he accepted the moniker. This right here is a maniac in the making. If this behavior is not stopped, he gonna wind up getting killed, or he gonna kill somebody. What worries me is he asked the woman, "Are you alone?" It's like he got some size on him. Look at his face. Now, looks may be deceiving, but he looked like he's dead inside. And he might be a good kid, but I mean, seriously, can you imagine somebody knocking on your door, ladies, like that? "Yeah, I followed you from the store. Are you alone? Yeah, I like what you look like." And now I'm gonna tell you something. Nowadays, you got to be careful of anybody that knock on your door. I was in here yesterday. I don't have people knock on my door. Nobody know where I live or nothing. You know what I mean? I don't hang with people like that. Somebody knocked on my door hard as hell yesterday, and I froze up like, "Yo, who was that?" Then I walked to the door, and I'm like, "Yo," I had to peek out the peek hole like, "Oh, who is this?" You know what I'm saying? Luckily, it was somebody trying to sell something, but still, you never know who's at your door nowadays, or who wants you, or who fancies you and sees you in a sexual manner, especially as a woman. But the way the world's going, with everything being twisted, soon this type of stuff gonna start happening to men. You can mark my words on that. Everything that sounded far-fetched 20 years ago is a reality today. Watch. And until this happened to the right person, then they'll pay attention to it. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. They better get a handle on this kid, or he gonna wind up getting killed, or he gonna hurt somebody else. What y'all think? Leave me a comment.